Hi, 8th grade parents. Welcome to our virtual open house 8th grade parent meeting. Sorry we have to do it this way, but just happens when the calendar is chock full of events and we had to have a day off for an electricity outage. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about 8th grade. We're excited that you're here, finally, in 8th grade year. And your teachers for this year are Miss Sutton, ELA, Miss Hensley, Science, Miss Huff, Civics, and Coach Hall for Math. One of the most important things and one of the things that can be the most exciting / scary for 8th graders and their parents is enrollment for 9th grade because our school ends at 8th grade. Most students enroll at Edmond Memorial, and we have a system with them where the counselors come over, we walk you through step by step, we help you with choosing classes and filling out the enrollment papers, and we make it a very easy process and stress-free, we hope. It will involve some times when you have to come up to the school to do some counseling sessions on what you want to choose for next year and those kinds of things. But we make it to where it's easy and you get all your paperwork over to Edmond Memorial. If you are enrolling in a different high school, we help you out as much as we can. We just don't have a relationship with any other high school besides Edmond, really, as far as them coming to us to help with enrollment. The other thing we want to talk about in 8th grade is student empowerment. So we're getting to the oldest grade we have here, and we're hoping to move them on to high school, and we'd like for them to be empowered. And being able to talk to their teachers is a big part of that. So we'd like to let your student take care of his or her problems as much as possible. So if your child is asking if you could call and do something or email the teacher and ask her or him something, please always ask your child to do that. Our email is enabled in 8th grade at Oakdale so that we can teach them to email their teachers, and we email them back, and we also would encourage them to practice talking to their teacher because that's a great skill to have for next year. So if at all possible, let your child do that kind of thing with us in a safe spot. Also, on that same note, if you can, please share your Teacherease password with your child. We do not, unfortunately, have the ability to set up a student login to Teacherease, so we'd like for you to share your password if you can. Also, you can find important information that you might need on your child's Google Classroom or on Teacherease in the digital locker. A lot of times, teachers will put important documents there. So Chromebooks. As you know, 8th graders have a Chromebook, and we need your help with making sure that they do not take these home. So if you see a school Chromebook at home, would you mind confiscating that until the morning? We don't keep our Chromebooks on complete lockdown because we'd like our teachers to be able to access things they need to access and our students access things they need to access. So if students take a Chromebook home, they possibly could be playing little games on it, and we don't want it to be something that they end up enjoying so much that they do it over and over. So you might also be getting an email from Mrs. Sutton saying, could you please check your child's backpack and see if that Chromebook is in there? And if you'll reply back just so that she can make sure that she knows where all the Chromebooks are and they're accounted for, that would help us out immensely. Thank you. Also, one of the best things about 8th grade is our year of service. So leadership is a class that 8th graders are allowed to take, and not everyone is in leadership, but all 8th graders participate in the service projects that are planned through leadership. So I'd like for you to carefully check the dates list that is attached to this email and make sure that you don't schedule any appointments on those really important and exciting and fun days of service that we have in our 8th grade year. We have lots of activities that we do and lots of field trips that we go on, and some of those will need a lot of parents, especially the one where we go to the Oklahoma City Memorial. I'll talk a little more about that in the next slide. In 8th grade, we have a bonus policy. It's, I think, the same one they had in 7th grade, which is if you have 5 absences or less, so it encourages attendance in a semester, then you get 10 extra credit points added to a final of your choice. So it's just a bonus policy. It doesn't take away anything from anyone who has absences because we know people are sick and have trips and those kinds of things. But it's a bonus for those people who are here most of the time. So let's talk about, moving this down so you can see it. Let's talk about our yearbook this year. Yearbook is a special year for 8th grade because every 8th grader has a personal page in the yearbook. And we used to do it as a separate book, but then not everybody got to see your child's page. And so we've added it into the actual yearbook, which increases the cost of the yearbook. But we don't want the whole school to have to pay for that extra cost. And so the 8th graders only buy an ad page. And an ad page is just their page in the yearbook. Every student gets one, so it is mandatory. And if the cost is too much for you or your family at this certain point in your life, then please contact Ms. Sutton or myself, and we'll make sure that that gets taken care of. But it's $25 extra added on to it. It's $25 extra for the ad page added on to the yearbook price. So when you go on the website to buy your yearbook, you buy a yearbook, and then you add an ad page on there for $25 extra. And then your child will have his or her own page in the yearbook. And on that page, and for that page, we take a senior picture. Senior picture is an 8th grade picture, outdoor. Oklahoma School Pictures will take our outdoor pics when we go on our field trip to the Oklahoma City Memorial and Museum on October 14th. And by the way, chaperones are needed for that event. It's a really educational day where we learn about the bombing, and also we write an essay based on whatever the memorial puts out that year. And we then go to Bricktown and take our outdoor pictures. It's a really fun day for 8th graders, and we need parent chaperones that day. We also need pictures from you for that personal page in the yearbook. We need about 5 pictures that represent your child. They can be family pictures or just your child or however you want to do it, but one of them needs to be a baby picture, please, or as babyish as you have, because we have a whole 8th grade baby picture page. So 8th grade also has a tradition of having a monthly 8th grade social. And this is because we want to really build and strengthen those bonds between our students so that when they go to Edmond Memorial or wherever it is they go, they have a strong and firm foundation upon which to rest. Because we have seen in the past that they do fall back on their Oakdale friends. And so that's why we've continued this tradition. Our homeroom parents are Stephanie Sanderson, Julie Lewis, and Shaylee Williams. And you've already got emails from me, but you could get more emails from me or Miss Sutton about the monthly socials. And please reply to the moms if possible on those emails. Otherwise, I just have to forward them to the moms. It's $125 for all the socials. And if you've not already paid the $125, we really encourage you to do so and try to get your child to these events. I know sometimes there's some 8th graders who aren't really into it, but what I always told my 8th grader was, I already paid for it, so you're going. You can send in cash or a check made out to Julie Lewis to the school with her name on the envelope and turn it into Miss Sutton anytime, and she'll get it to the homeroom moms. Also, I think in another email I sent out, you could also Venmo Julie Lewis. Anytime you're looking for an old email, an easy way to do it is to go to TeacherEase and go to communication log, and in there you'll find all the emails I or anyone else have ever sent you. Here's a list of the socials. And so you can see we've already had one. I took that one off the list. But we have a September one, adventure at the Wheeler Ferris wheel with a scavenger hunt and food hosted by the Plaxicos and Dillers. So these are all going to be great events. And thank you, moms, for putting those together. So that's our virtual 8th grade meeting. Hopefully I answered all your questions. If not, you can email me at jwilhoit@oakdale.org. And I look forward to a wonderful 8th grade year.